Have you ever wondered what would happen if you ate 2 eggs every single day for an entire month? Would it make you healthier? Or could it actually harm you? The truth might surprise you. For decades, eggs were unfairly labeled as unhealthy, blamed for increasing cholesterol and linked to heart disease. But modern science tells a very different story. In fact, eating 2 eggs daily could be one of the simplest, most affordable, and most powerful habits to support your health, especially as we age. Before we dive into the incredible benefits and even a few cautions, let me ask you something personal. Do you feel sometimes that maintaining your health has become harder with age? That your body doesn't respond as quickly? Or that energy seems to fade a little more with each passing year? If so, you're not alone. Many older adults share the same fears, losing independence, strength, or vitality. But here's the hopeful truth. Small, consistent choices can make a big difference. And something as simple as adding eggs to your daily routine could be a game changer. That's exactly what we'll explore today. But first, make sure to subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below. Have you ever tried eating eggs every day? I'd love to know your experience, and your comment might inspire someone else who is watching this video. All right. Now, why does this matter? Because every single bite you take is a message to your body. A message of nourishment, strength and resilience, or the opposite. And when we talk about eggs, we're talking about a food that is naturally packed with essential nutrients that support heart health, brain function, muscle maintenance, and even protect your eyesight. And yet, despite all these benefits, many people still avoid them due to outdated myths. That's why it's so important to get this right, to understand the facts based on reliable research and make empowered decisions for your health. Today, I'm going to break it all down for you. The shocking truth about what happens when you eat 2 eggs every day for a month. We'll talk about the good, the bad, and everything in between, backed by real scientific evidence and explained in simple terms. And along the way, I'll share a few emotional stories, like the one about Maria, a 72-year-old woman who rediscovered her energy and passion for gardening after making one small change in her diet, adding 2 eggs to her breakfast every morning. So stay with me until the very end, because I promise, what you learn today could transform not only the way you look at eggs, but also the way you care for your health. Remember, your body is your lifelong companion. Every day is a new opportunity to support it with love and care. Let's make the most of it. Now, let's begin with the very first surprising benefit of eating 2 eggs daily. Before we dive deeper, I'd love to know, where are you watching from? Are you relaxing at home, maybe enjoying a quiet morning coffee, or perhaps on a walk trying to stay active? Let me know in the comments below. Your story matters, and it inspires others in this wonderful community. And if you haven't subscribed yet, this is the perfect moment. Why? Because here, we don't just share information. We build a space where your health, your independence, and your well-being are our top priorities. By subscribing, you're joining a growing family of people who, just like you, want to stay strong, sharp, and vibrant, no matter their age. And every week you'll get trusted tips backed by science, delivered in simple language, always with kindness and care. So hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, because your health deserves attention, and you deserve to feel empowered, informed, and supported. Let's walk this journey together. Benefit 1. Supports heart health by raising good cholesterol. One of the most surprising and powerful benefits of eating 2 eggs every day is how it can help protect your heart, by raising the so. For many years, eggs were wrongly accused of being dangerous for heart health because of their cholesterol content, but modern research has completely changed that view. According to the HAR, dietary cholesterol, like that found in eggs, has only a minimal EF on blow. And here's the good news. Several studies have shown that eating eggs regularly can actually, in a study, Leapy found that significant rise in their HDL lev, with, "Why does this matter for you, especially as you age?" Because higher HDL levels are associated with a low and stroke, maintaining healthy cholesterol levels is crucial for keeping your arteries clear and your heart strong. And something as simple as adding 2 eggs to your daily diet could be an easy, affordable step toward achieving that. But beyond the science, let me share with you a story that really brings this to life. The story of James. James is a 74-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. A few years ago, after a routine checkup, his doctor told him that his HDL levels were dangerously low, putting him at higher risk for heart disease. James was worried. He had always been cautious about his diet, and like many of his generation, he believed that eggs were bad for his heart. But after some encouragement from his nutritionist and learning about the latest research, he decided to try something new. Every morning, James started his day with 2 boiled eggs, along with a slice of whole grain toast and some fruit. At first, he was skeptical. But after 3 months, his follow-up blood tests showed a remarkable improvement. His HDL had gone up by 15%, and his LDL remained stable. More importantly, James reported feeling more energetic and less anxious about his heart health. Today, he proudly tells his friends, "I used to think eggs were my enemy, but now they're part of my daily defense." His story is a beautiful reminder that it's never too late to make small changes that have a big impact. What can you do? If you're concerned about your heart health, and most of us should be, consider making eggs a regular part of your breakfast. They're easy to prepare, affordable, and packed with nutrients that support your cardiovascular system. But remember, balance is key. While 2 eggs a day are generally safe for healthy individuals, it's always wise to discuss dietary changes with your doctor, especially if you have existing heart conditions. As the American Heart Association points out, the overall quality of your diet, including plenty of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats, is what truly matters most for heart health. So, next time you crack an egg, know that you're not just making breakfast, you're making a choice that supports your lifelong heart health. And remember, as I always say, every day is a new chance to care for your body with love and intention. Benefit 1. Supports heart health by raising good cholesterol. One of the most surprising and powerful benefits of eating 2 eggs every day is how it can help protect your heart by raising the so. For many years, eggs were wrongly accused of being dangerous for heart health because of their cholesterol content. But modern research has completely changed that view. According to the HAR, dietary cholesterol, like that found in eggs, has only a minimal EF on blow. And here's the good news. Several studies have shown that eating eggs regularly can actually. In a study, LEPI found that significant rise in their HDL lev with, "Why does this matter for you, especially as you age?" Because higher HDL levels are associated with a low and stroke, maintaining healthy cholesterol levels is crucial for keeping your arteries clear and your heart strong. And something as simple as adding 2 eggs to your daily diet could be an easy, affordable step toward achieving that. But beyond the science, let me share with you a story that really brings this to life. The story of James. James is a 74-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. A few years ago, after a routine checkup, his doctor told him that his HDL levels were dangerously low, putting him at higher risk for heart disease. James was worried. He had always been cautious about his diet, and like many of his generation, he believed that eggs were bad for his heart. But after some encouragement from his nutritionist and learning about the latest research, he decided to try something new. Every morning, James started his day with 2 boiled eggs, along with a slice of whole grain toast and some fruit. At first, he was skeptical. But after 3 months, his follow-up blood test showed a remarkable improvement. His HDL had gone up by 15%, and his LDL remained stable. More importantly, James reported feeling more energetic and less anxious about his heart health. Today, he proudly tells his friends, I used to think eggs were my enemy, but now they're part of my daily defense. His story is a beautiful reminder that it's never too late to make small changes that have a big impact. What can you do? If you're concerned about your heart health, and most of us should be, consider making eggs a regular part of your breakfast. They're easy to prepare, affordable, and packed with nutrients that support your cardiovascular system. But remember, balance is key. While 2 eggs a day are generally safe for healthy individuals, it's always wise to discuss dietary changes with your doctor, especially if you have existing heart conditions. As the American Heart Association points out, the overall quality of your diet, including plenty of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, and healthy fats, is what truly matters most for heart health. So, next time you crack an egg, know that you're not just making breakfast, you're making a choice that supports your lifelong heart health. And remember, as I always say, every day is a new chance to care for your body with love and intention. Benefit 3: protects eye health and prevents age-related vision loss. One of the most precious gifts we have is our sight, the ability to see loved ones, enjoy the beauty of nature, or read a favorite book. But as we grow older, our eyes become more vulnerable to conditions like macular degeneration and cataracts, 2 leading causes of vision loss among older adults. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, about 6.5 million Americans over age 65 are affected by a severe visual impairment. The risk of developing age-related macular degeneration, AMD, increases significantly after age 60, making prevention strategies more important than ever. Here's where eggs come into play. And the science is fascinating. Egg yolks are one of the richest natural sources of 2 critical antioxidants for eye health, lutein and zeaxanthin. These carotenoids accumulate in the macula, the part of the retina responsible for sharp central vision. They act as a natural shield, protecting the eyes from harmful blue light and oxidative stress, both of which can accelerate vision loss. A study published in the journal Clinical Nutrition found that consuming just 1 egg daily significantly increased blood levels of lutein and zeaxanthin, with no adverse effect on cholesterol levels. Imagine the impact of consistently eating 2 eggs a day. Moreover, research from the American Optometric Association, AOA, highlights that these antioxidants reduce the risk of chronic eye diseases, including AMD and cataracts, conditions that can steal your vision slowly and silently. The story of Margaret. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 76-year-old retired librarian from Oregon. For most of her life, Margaret loved reading. It was her passion and her escape. But about 2 years ago, she started noticing that the words on the page were becoming blurry, even with her reading glasses. A visit to the ophthalmologist confirmed the early signs of macular degeneration. Margaret was devastated. She feared losing the simple joys that had defined her life. Her doctor explained that while some vision loss was part of aging, there were proactive steps she could take to protect her eyes, one of them being to increase her intake of lutein and zeaxanthin. Margaret decided to make a small but significant change. Every morning, she started having 2 sunny-side-up eggs with some sautéed kale and a slice of whole-grain toast. Not only did she enjoy this new breakfast routine, but it also provided her with a concentrated dose of the antioxidants her eyes desperately needed. 6 months later, during her follow-up appointment, her ophthalmologist noted that her macular health had stabilized. Margaret was overjoyed. She could keep reading her favorite books, walking in the park to admire the flowers, and watching her grandchildren grow. Now, she often says, those 2 eggs in the morning might just be the reason I can still read every night before bed. Her story is a testament to how small dietary changes can make a huge difference in quality of life, even in our later years. What can you do? If preserving your vision is important to you, and it should be, consider incorporating eggs into your daily routine. They're an easy, affordable source of the very nutrients that help protect your eyesight. Pair your eggs with leafy green vegetables, like spinach or kale, which are also rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, for an even greater, protective effect. Additionally, wearing UV protective sunglasses, not smoking, and getting regular eye exams are all essential steps for maintaining good vision as you age. As the National Eye Institute, NEI, advises, making healthy lifestyle choices can help lower your risk of eye disease. And starting with something as simple as 2 eggs a day can be part of that choice. Remember, every day is a new chance to care for your body with love and intention. Benefit 4. Boosts brain function and memory. One of the most common fears that comes with aging is the gradual decline in memory and cognitive function. Many older adults worry about forgetting names, misplacing keys, or even developing more serious conditions like Alzheimer's disease or dementia. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, around 55 million people worldwide live with dementia, and the number is expected to rise in the coming decades. But what if something as simple as eating 2 eggs a day could help protect your brain? Eggs are one of the best natural sources of choline, an essential nutrient that plays a critical role in brain development, memory, and cognitive function. Choline is a precursor for acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter that is essential for learning and memory regulation. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, most people in the United States, especially older adults, do not consume enough choline in their diets. One large egg contains about 147 milligrams of choline, so eating 2 eggs gives you nearly 300 milligrams, a substantial step toward meeting the adequate intake levels, which for older adults is around 425 milli per day for women and 550 milli for men. But that's not all. Eggs also provide vitamin B12 and folate, 2 other nutrients essential for maintaining healthy brain function and preventing cognitive decline. A deficiency in B12, which is common among seniors, can lead to symptoms like memory loss, confusion, and even depression. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2020 found that higher dietary intake of choline was associated with better cognitive performance in older adults, particularly in areas of verbal memory and executive function. The story of Robert. Let me share the inspiring story of Robert, a 79-year-old retired engineer from Texas. For years, Robert prided himself on his sharp mind and quick wit. But recently, he had begun noticing small lapses, forgetting appointments, struggling to find the right words in conversation, and even misplacing his tools in the garage. He became concerned and decided to consult with a neurologist, who explained that while these changes were common with age, certain nutrients, like choline and B vitamins, could support his brain health. With the help of a nutritionist, Robert made a conscious effort to include 2 eggs in his breakfast every morning, often scrambling them with some mushrooms and bell peppers. After a few months, Robert noticed that his mental clarity improved. He felt more focused during his morning crossword puzzles and was back to winning chess games at the community center. More importantly, he felt a renewed sense of confidence. Now, Robert tells his friends, I may be getting older, but my brain is still firing on all cylinders, thanks in part to those eggs. His story beautifully illustrates how small, intentional changes can support brain health and help maintain the independence and sharpness we all value deeply. What can you do? If you're concerned about memory loss or simply want to keep your mind sharp as you age, adding 2 eggs to your daily routine is a simple and effective step. Eggs are not only rich in choline, but also affordable and easy to prepare in countless ways: boiled, scrambled, poached, or made into a vegetable-packed omelet. In addition to eating eggs, make sure to maintain other brain-healthy habits, staying physically active, engaging in mental exercises like puzzles or learning new skills, and maintaining social connections. According to the Alzheimer's Association, These lifestyle factors can significantly reduce the risk of cognitive decline. As I always remind you, every day is a new chance to care for your body and your mind with love and intention. So, the next time you crack open an egg, know that you're not just nourishing your body, you're also giving your brain the nutrients it needs to stay strong, sharp, and resilient. Benefit 5 supports healthy bones and prevents osteoporosis. As we age, maintaining strong bones becomes critical to prevent fractures, falls, and the painful condition known as osteoporosis. According to the National Osteoporosis Foundation, about 54 million Americans have osteoporosis or low bone density, making them more vulnerable to bone breaks and loss of mobility. Eggs can play an important role in supporting bone health because they are one of the few natural food sources rich in vitamin D. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, the mineral essential for building and maintaining strong bones. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, many older adults have insufficient vitamin D levels, which increases the risk of bone loss and fractures. One large egg yolk contains about 37 IU, international units, of vitamin D. Not a huge amount alone, but eating 2 eggs daily contributes meaningfully to your overall intake. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism highlighted that adequate vitamin D intake helps improve bone mineral density and reduce fracture risk, especially in seniors. The story of Dorothy is a 75-year-old retired nurse from Colorado who had always lived an active life. However, after a minor fall, she was diagnosed with osteopenia, an early stage of bone loss. Her doctor encouraged her to increase her vitamin D and calcium intake alongside weight-bearing exercises. Dorothy started having 2 boiled eggs every morning, often paired with a glass of fortified orange juice and some almonds. After a year, her bone density scans improved, and she felt more confident moving around without fear of breaking a bone. She shares, "Adding eggs to my breakfast was a simple change that gave me peace of mind and helped keep me strong." What can you do? To support your bones, consider including eggs as part of a balanced diet rich in calcium and vitamin D. Spend some time outdoors for natural vitamin D from sunlight, practice gentle strength exercises, and consult your doctor about supplements if needed. Remember, every day is a new chance to care for your body with love and intention. As we've seen today, something as simple as eating 2 eggs every day can make a real difference in your health, from protecting your eyes and sharpening your mind to supporting your heart and strengthening your bones. These aren't just facts or numbers. They're opportunities. Opportunities to reclaim your vitality, your independence, and your joy. I want you to remember Margaret, Robert, George, and Dorothy, real or imagined. Their stories represent the power of small choices to create big changes. You deserve that same chance. No matter your age, no matter where you're starting from, every single day offers a new beginning, a chance to nourish your body and your spirit. You've spent a lifetime caring for others, for your family, your friends, your community. Now, it's time to care for you, to honor your body with kindness, to fuel it with foods that protect and heal, because you deserve to live with vitality, strength, and joy. If this video spoke to you, if you found hope or inspiration here today, please subscribe and join our community. Share in the comments where you're watching from and how you plan to take your health to the next level. Your story matters, and together we can support one another on this journey. Remember, every day is a new chance to care for your body with love and intention. Let those 2 eggs be a symbol, a simple, daily reminder that your health is worth investing in. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and above all, stay vibrant.